Tom Taylor, Sian Tormey, and Ruairi Coleman begin the investigation into the Rising as Superman, Dick Grayson, and Jay Nakamura hunt down some proof on what Bendix and Lex are truly up to. Tom Taylor continues the investigation of Bendix and the Rising this issue with more wonderful ties between this book and the Nightwing book, which Tom Taylor is also writing, teaming John and Dick back up as they continue to go undercover and look into Lex Luthor and his ties with Bendix. I love that Dick, now being a billionaire that's using his money to actively help the people, as seen over in the Nightwing book, is opening up some really cool avenues for this story in this book. Like, the issue could have just been Superman and Jay on their own sneaking into LexCorp and, dodging traps and alarms and all sorts of stuff, but instead we have Dick coming in and he just gets to meet with Lex, who only sees Dick as a new way to get more money for himself, as well as kind of spread his influence and make his public face look a little bit better if he's helping someone with a charity and all that sort of stuff. So of course Lex is going to meet with someone who's setting up a $1 billion charity. It's also a very clever way to continue John's use of his mother's journalistic powers over his actual superpowers, and him running down leads and even confronting a senator with some proof is totally something that you could see Lois doing and has done in the past. Jay's identity also is accidentally revealed at the end of the book and to the world now, which is interesting on a few levels. First being that, wonder what this will mean for his mother, who is the ex-president of Gamora, and now Bendix will probably know that and know their ties with each other, so I'm interested to see what happens there. But I'm more interested in what this means for John and Jay's relationship and how they will fare being a bit more in the public eye now, and what does this mean for that. So I'm very intrigued to see what Taylor does with that. Sian Tormey and Ruairi Coleman continue their crisp and colourful artwork for the series with a fun return of Krypto to the series, and early in the book where we get a cool action sequence with Krypto making his grand debut. But I really enjoy how much of the book was just characters kind of sitting around and talking with each other, but because of how the artists set up each panel and frame it all flows really nicely, and I never felt like the story was lagging behind or taking too long to get to its point. Superman, Son of Kal-El issue 12 was another really great issue that focused on the investigation into Bendix, Luthor, and the Rising, all while taking John and Jay's relationship into some interesting and possibly turbulent waters. I'm going to give this issue a 9.5 out of 10. Superman, Son of Kal-El issue 12 sees John reunite Lachlan Shrapnel with his family, who thanks the hero. John suddenly hears his signal watch going off, taking off for the League's safe house as Lois activates the watch, told by Batman something is coming for them. Batman activates the primary defenses, sending drones out as something blows right through them and right through the shield Batman erects around the home. Batman calls for everyone to get into the bunker as the house is blown open by Krypto. Lois knows that they are okay as John arrives back, reuniting with the dog. Batman tells him that Krypto destroyed a lot of expensive defenses, and Superman tells him to add it to the list since today is not a great day for collateral damage of League property. Later on, Superman fills Batman and his family in on what happened at the hall with him and Flash, as Mark Kent finds what Bendix is doing to these people monstrous. Batman knows that they'll need evidence before taking on Bendix head on, but Superman knows that he's seen enough to act on it. Park Kent reminds him that he can't just fly off and attack President Bendix no matter how much he deserves it. Superman knows that Lex is working with the villain, and while he knows the billionaire won't give them anything willingly, they could always break into LexCorp, which will be difficult, but it can be done. John knows they won't need to break in anywhere since they have someone who can walk right through the front door. Later on, Lex meets with Dick Grayson, knowing that he caused quite a stir with his Bloodhaven announcements, finding it inspired him and the reason he asked Dick to come see him. Lex says that he hopes Dick can do the same thing for Metropolis, but Dick knows it's not a cosmetic change and it can't be changed on just a surface level. Lex is well aware, wanting some advice about what has worked and what hasn't in Bloodhaven, and in return, he'll make a generous donation to the Alfred Pennyworth Foundation. Lex finds himself shocked that Alfred, a lowly butler, was also a billionaire, not able to comprehend his level of humility. Lex is surprised that Dick agreed to actually meet with him after having dealt with Bruce Wayne a few times over the years. He knows that Bruce was safe and reserved with his wealth, so he's excited to see see what Dick is going to be doing with his. Dick knows that not everyone is excited, and Lex has heard of the resistance he's facing, knowing it comes with the territory, and he's had people stand in his way before, specifically one red-caped individual. Lex goes on to suggest some good protection for Dick, but Dick brings up the Rising. However, Lex doesn't think that program is for Dick just yet, wanting to recommend something a little different. Dick sits and places a bug under the desk, activating it, as later Jay finds the signal but knows Lex will sweep the office every morning, thanks to him being paranoid. However, Dick tells him the bug was designed to degrade over time and they'll be able to listen in on his calls for the next day, and then it will turn to dust later that night. Jay tells John and Dick that Lex is now currently talking with Bendix about how Dick knows about the Rising. Lex thought that maybe one of Bendix's people has been blabbing to Dick to try and impress him, as he asks how close Bendix is to finishing. Bendix shows off his growing army of posthumans as Lex asks about the senator, making the heroes wonder which senator they are talking about. In Washington DC, Senator Henderson is told Superman is waiting for him in the lobby of the Capitol building. Superman meets with Henderson, revealing the truth is they're also reporting on their meeting. Henderson tries to wave it off, trying to get John to get an appointment so they can meet, but John talks to him about the attack on his grandparents' farm, something Henderson finds quite unfortunate, knowing that the Kents are owed a great deal of gratitude for what they did raising Clark Kent. The truth reveals the powered person named Faultline was dropped on their farm against her will, as Superman reveals that he knows Henderson arranged for her release and abduction. The senator finds that to be outrageous, but the truth reveals they have proof, showing him photos of the senator escorting Faultline personally out of Star Labs against her will, along with other individuals who have been arrested for abducting American citizens and trying to traffic them. Henderson stammers to find words, knowing that he didn't have a choice, but it's not blackmail like Superman thinks. Suddenly, Krypto blasts the man out of the building, shocking Superman. John races to help the man, but then knows something is wrong, seeing something moving within the senator's body. Suddenly, Superman is grabbed by a giant tentacle as the senator morphs into a giant monster. Superman knows that Bendix is controlling the senator as he tells everyone to evacuate the building while he and Krypto deal with the threat. Bendix says that Superman can't stop this and he doesn't care for public opinion, and Superman has no idea how many powerful people want the change that's coming, as well as how many powerful people are disgusted at the thought of John Kent protecting them. Bendix calls him an abomination of human and alien, and he has no idea how far this stretches. As Krypto fights the monster, John sees Jay race towards the creature, using his phasing powers to enter the monster and find its brain. Jay emerges, having removed the control device Bendix put in the senator. John warns Jay that he has lost his mask, but it's too late, as everyone around him is already taking pictures and videos of him, spreading his true identity out to the world.